Hey, welcome to 3 Minutes with Jay Bala, AIP Asset Management in Toronto. Jay, last week, interest rates in Canada moved up.
We're sitting at a staggering 75 basis points is what basically charter banks in Canada can borrow from the Central Bank of Canada, right?
My sarcasm and first question to you was, did bridges fall? Did mountains crash to the sea? Or is it, let's just wait and see what happens with this?
It is probably more pivotal than people think. I mean, I don't think it's doomsday scenario and it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's actually a very healthy thing to do. It just tells you that the economy is growing. And we've talked about this for a long time. They have to normalize interest rates. Like, you can't keep interest rates at close to zero and what they were doing in Germany and Europe where it was negative. So at least we're getting back to normality, which is a very good thing. And I think it's going to be sort of a nice tempered pace. They're not going to be overly aggressive about it. Inflation's still in check. The economy isn't growing beyond reasonable means. And I think there's no massive pressure for them to start raising rates aggressively. But, over time, this is going to be a very good buying opportunity for those that are looking to buy bonds or fixed income. Because what we've always said is a 25 basis point move on a 10-year duration bond or a 10-year bond actually reduces the price by 2.5%. If you anticipate, say, one or two more rate hikes this year and probably a couple more next year, I mean, you could be buying bonds at a significant discount to what they're trading at right now, right? And that, again, is going to sort of lock you in for sort of much better returns over the next 10 to 15 years. And so it's definitely moving in the right direction, the direction we've always anticipated. This is the time to have discipline. This is the time to have patience. At the end of the day, interest rates move slowly. And then there's sort of a bit of a panic where you'll have a mass selling opportunity in the bond markets. And that's the time we'll start buying up the bonds, right? And at least longer duration, longer maturity bonds that are going to set up all our investors for, decent returns in the fixed income market.
Oddly enough, the debt market or the bond market dwarfs the equity markets. Most people want to know, what does this mean for the stock market?
Yeah, I mean, they need to start focusing more on valuations and they need to start focusing on what they're actually invested in. Not every stock is participating in the rally. If you actually break out the S&P, about 4 or 5 stocks, technology companies have delivered half of the returns of the S&P. It's because, Amazon's gone through the roof, Apple has rallied, Google's gone through the roof, and this is what's driving the returns. I saw a chart which said, if you took these 5 stocks out of the S&P, you'd actually be flat with last year. So if you had owned the 495 stocks, which were reasonably valued and, thought were decent companies, and you didn't buy these 5, you'd be flat. The only guys that are making money are the ones that are taking these extraordinary levels of risk buying these tech companies. I think, the answer down south and everywhere else is, be selective about what you buy. Don't just buy things because it happens to be in an ETF, or don't buy things just because it sounds like a good story, right? Do your due diligence, understand what you want to buy and what you're willing to hold. And the most important is be comfortable enough to buy a stock where if the market tanks, you're willing to buy more.
So what I'm hearing is patience, be selective, don't get caught in the rally of a few good names. Thanks, Jay.